Hi, this is the first episode of AdNerds. This is Bart, also known as AdNerd Jr.
And this is Jan, also known as AdNerd Senior.
What are the AdNerds? Well, an AdNerd is the kind of person who is very interested in advertising, very keen on technology, and absolutely passionate about the combination.
And as the internet is evolving very rapidly, you can bet we're going to have a lot of fun.
We'll be readying a podcast for you every 3 weeks. Every podcast will be all about a different topic we or you consider interesting.
Yep, you heard us right. We'll be listening to you on adnerds.be, and all you have to do is click the feedback button and make a suggestion.
Or give us a tweet. We'll be talking about every internet evolution that impacts marketing communication, even if the possibilities are not obvious at first glance.
And this first episode will be all about Twitter, the microblogging platform. And if Twitter doesn't ring a bell, or microblogging for that matter, this episode is definitely something for you.
And if it does ring a bell, this episode still is for you, because we're tackling the ins and outs of microblogging, including some very promising marketing possibilities.
Yep.
On January 15th, Flight 1549 boldly went where no plane has ever gone before. It landed in the Hudson. Why did it do so? Because apparently a flock of geese had flown into its engines and blown them up. Luckily, no one was hurt. Every single passenger and every member of the crew was saved. A miracle. Less of a miracle, but nonetheless very remarkable, was the way in which the news spread. On the Hudson was this ferry. The moment the plane crash-landed, the ferry hurried over to pick up any survivors. On that ferry was Janice Crum, a guy with an iPhone. He twittered about it and took a picture from within his Twitter iPhone application. Wonder what he was using? Tweetsville, Twitterific, Twitterfun, Tweety? Anyway, he was the guy to break the news to the world. His picture was uploaded to TwitPic, the Flickr for tweet-related pictures, so to speak, and was viewed so many times the server simply went down. Janice Crum was interviewed live by MSNBC half an hour after the crash.
Well, I didn't see the actual event. I was on the ferry, and we were the first ferry to actually pull up to the plane and start rescuing people from the wing. Someone yelled, "There's a plane in the Hudson," and I was on my phone. It's like, what are you joking about? And looked out, and there's a plane in the damn.
He sold the rights of his picture to 2 newspapers. His picture appeared the next day on the front page of both the Los Angeles Times and the Charlotte Observer. When the Charlotte Observer got wind of the crash, they immediately used Twitter and posted several requests. Nothing much happens today out of the sight of a camera phone, and thanks to Twitter, the news breaks instantly. As for the pilot, Sully Sullenberger, he already has 113 fan groups on Facebook. How's that for a hot potato?
Before we explain Twitter, let's have a look at the explanation on Twitter's homepage. Twitter is a service for friends, family and co-workers to communicate and stay connected through the exchange of quick, frequent answers to one simple question. What are you doing? This may seem very simple at first glance, but it actually has a lot more potential, as will become obvious in a few minutes. The basics. Twitter is a lot like blogging. However, your posts are limited to 140 characters, hence the term microblogging. Whatever you tweet is being shared on your own profile page. It is also shared with the complete online population on the Twitter public timeline, and it is also shared on the homepage of all your followers. Many business leaders, companies and other interesting opinion leaders are already on Twitter, and it is often interesting to see what they are paying attention to. As soon as you choose to follow someone, his or her tweets will be shown on your personal Twitter homepage. So Twitter is both public, you can see what everyone is twittering about, and you can choose to follow specific people, so it is also opt-in. The other way around is true as well. Anyone interested in your tweets can start following you, and it's easy to follow back. And the crash of Flight 1549 proves Twitter might just become your most important news source. News breaks almost instantly on a medium like Twitter. This is how it happened. Jason saw the plane crash, he took a picture, uploaded it to TwitPic and tweeted about it. He had 81 followers, yet his 81 followers immediately started retweeting his message, sharing it with their respective followers. Retweeting is best described as taking someone else's tweet and broadcasting it to your followers. The more people do this, the more viral the effect and the faster news spread. And since Twitter isn't limited to your browser only, news about the crash was spread over the net 15 minutes before it was picked up by the mainstream media and long before the first news crew arrived at the scene. Both posting and reading can be done from virtually everywhere and any way you choose. Twitter has RSS feeds and even a mobile phone version of its site. But most people prefer specific applications like TwitterFun, Tweetville, Twitterific, Twinkle, Twidroid or Twobile. It is also possible to get notified by SMS or to tweet using text messages. Email and instant messaging are equally used to get updates from friends or to post a message yourself. If you decide to tweet, you can choose one of literally more than hundreds of applications. There is the extremely popular TweetDeck, Twirl, Destroy Twitter, you name it. And for Firefox, the famous browser, there are almost 100 extensions.
You can start using Twitter in your business for listening. As all messages are broadcasted in public, it is possible to search for and listen to what is being said about your company or brand online. There are lots of services that do the searching for you and deliver results by email or as an RSS feed.
Besides listening, you can start tweeting yourself. Some companies use Twitter as a customer support tool. On the one hand, it is used to respond to those tweets posted in the open about your products or services, and on the other hand, it is an additional direct channel for communicating with customers in the open. A few examples. PR agencies nowadays spread their press releases on Twitter. Major news stations and bloggers as well post their RSS feed to Twitter to widen their reach. Starbucks started using Twitter for talking about promotions mainly, but now uses it to have a true dialogue with its customers. Initiatives like StockTwits enable you to have a Bloomberg-like service for the masses. They look for all Twitter messages talking about the stocks you are interested in, so you get very detailed insights as far as your stocks are concerned.
And what if people start talking to you? Well, you better talk back. But no worries, you can even benefit from it as you do. Evernote and RapidWeaver are both software companies using Twitter as a product development source. They spread their alpha releases amongst Twitter followers, requesting their feedback and bug reports. As soon as their followers quiet down, their beta version is released to the public.
Twitter users are often early adopters. They are keen on innovation and they are considered to be influencers. They are a very wanted audience for some companies. Zappos, one of the biggest online shops in the US, screens followers on Twitter for recruitment purposes. Apparently successfully so.
But Twitter also turned out to be a successful platform for doing actual sales. Bob Pearson, Vice President Communications and Conversations at Dell, declares to have made over $1 million last year on Twitter by selling refurbished and new Dell computers to Twitterers. Dell has several Twitter accounts and monitors the social media platforms very thoroughly, gaining fans and making earnings as they go.